How do you think, Michael, does Putin understand the scale of the gasoline disaster, or is he being lied to about the scale of this problem?
Again, you asked me if what is in the head of Mr. Putin, the president of Russia.
Not had
And I
information
really
according to his authority and different war representatives. Maybe they lied to Putin.
Well, I never have been into the head of President Putin, so I don't know
That's
what
good.
he knows or what is his emotion, and is he doesn't know, and this is the reason why he does not react to this, or he just know but he doesn't care about this. Because, for example, let's see the picture like that. That he knows, for example, that there is no gasoline for civil population. But why we need a gasoline? To go to some rest, to go to some what? Where? To the school, to the some shop? No, they don't need that. He doesn't care. He cares about gasoline for his army and for his military manufacturing. That's it. Like he cares about money for the military people, he cares about money for the military budget. More than 50% of all the Russian money, just all the Russian money goes to military budget. And this is the first case in last 2000 years approximately. 2000 years ago in Roman Empire, 50% of the state budget went to military expenses. And now it happens again in Russia.
Yes.
And I could put
Nowadays.
here the reminder that Roman Empire is destroyed in this situation. So, but we were witnesses of a lot of meetings of Mr. Putin, of President Putin, with his staff last week, with his economical advisors, with his Ministry of Economic and Central Bank and Minister of Finance. And he is absolutely disappointed with general situation in Russian economy. Yes. I don't know what if he knows about the fuel or this kind of fuel or something, but he asked very tough questions from his people, and he asked people why our economy is not growing. And you promised me the growth of the economy, but now, last year, for example, Russian economy grew by 0.4%. 0.4%. And taking into account the inflation in the Russian Federation, which is about 10%, so de facto this economy didn't grow absolutely. And he's very disappointed. And a lot of observers, but they are Russian observers, I don't have the internal information inside the Russian Federation, but internal observers, they think that this is one of the signals that President Putin is ready to change his economical advisors and ready to change his economical managers, like who worked with him last decade at least, in central bank and the finance ministry. This is very important point, because these people, Elvira Nabiulina and Mr. Siluanov, Elvira Nabiulina, she is the head of Russian Central Bank, and Mr. Siluanov, he is Minister of Finance, were really the pillars on which the Putin's war economy stands. And they are very educated people. For example, this girl, Elvira Nabiulina, she is educated on the West, and she uses Western knowledge and Western strategies to sustain Russian economy during the war. And we will be very happy if President Putin will change her to somebody who is Russian educated, who doesn't know the Western secrets of economy. Obviously, after the war, we will send this girl to the court and to tribunal, etc. Yes, like, after the World War II, all the economists of Adolf Hitler, they went to tribunal in Nuremberg. The deputy chief of Central bank, the chief of central bank were killed during the war, but the deputy chief of central bank and chief of the main bank, which was Dresdner Bank, they went to the prison after the World War II. And obviously we will send to the prison also the Russian economists and Russian financial managers who helped to this war. But we will be happy that they will be now sacked and exchanged with some more stupid people.
Yes. This will be a good scenario for us when Russia falls like the Roman Empire, and such changing of advisors, I think, will be the same enough good scenario, because Putin should understand that changing these advisors will not improve the situation of the economy at all, due to a level of education of these current advisors, for first, and for second reason, Russian economy lives under strong sanctions pressure and unrealistically high costs of war.
Okay, this is two connected things here and two different factors. One is the structure of Russian economy, which is also the structure of oil economy and gas economy and as a natural resources economy. This is not the modern knowledge-driven economy, but the resources-driven economy in the Russian Federation. And this is why the sanctions, they work well, because it is rather easy to stop buying oil and gas. And if you have the knowledge-driven economy, this is very difficult to stop that from outside. But to stop this kind of economy, when Russia does not produce anything, just anything, they not produce the final goods, they don't produce cars or something like that, or computers or semiconductors, they just produce oil, which is not also called producers, you understand, because they also don't produce the machinery to produce oil. The machinery they buy from China and Iran and somewhere. So they produce oil and gas, sell it to China, to India and Brazil, and they buy everything, food and all the machinery stuff and all the planes, etc., from these countries. This is the Russian economy structure. So this is the easy way to stop that, to destroy Russian economy. And we believe that this week, it will be the week of the one huge step towards destroying Russian economy. Then the European Union last week proclaimed the new package of sanctions, number 19. This is the package number 19. And this is the first package which was formed during the dialogue with American authorities, with American Ministry of Economy, not Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Energy in the United States. So Ursula von der Leyen, chief of European Commission, she proclaimed at least that in this package we will see the sanctions against not only Russian oil and gas, but also against Chinese and Indian producers, Chinese and Indian factories who uses the Russian oil and Russian gas, which is also very important. Next factor is the total stop of payments with Russian Federation, because now there is some holes in all of this system. Well, generally, Europe put the sanctions on Russian banks and Russian paying system, but we have holes like, for example, cryptocurrency. So European Union put the sanctions on cryptocurrency as well, and to all the kind of payments towards Russian oil and gas producers. And this package also consists of a lot of sanctions against the third parties and third countries in Central Asia and against Chinese and Indian companies who uses, for example, the shadow fleet of Russian Federation to bring the oil to India or to China. So, but the important point that this is just a project of the sanctions package. And we don't know if this week all 27 countries of European Union could be ready to approve this new package. That is very important point. We will see one other in the United Nations General Assembly this week, and as President Zelensky said, that is very important diplomatic week for this. And one of the biggest steps from the Western world could be this new huge sanction package.